Councilmember Chapman.
Here.
Councilmember Clayton.
Here.
Councilmember Kendall.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Here.
Mayor Moore.
Here.
Please stand for a silent prayer, a moment of reflection. We will now salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As to comply with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in the following manner. The annual notice was forwarded to the Asbury Park Press, the Coaster, and the Star Ledger on January 7, 2022, and posted on the bulletin board the same date. All notices are on file with the city clerk. We are now on to the special event applications.
The first application before you is for fireworks for the Garden State Equality Ball to be held on June 3rd. Next is the Jersey Pride, their annual festival and parade on June 5th. And the Memorial Day Carnival in Bradley Park. The Historical Society, their annual art on the boardwalk on August 21st, and Serve 24 on July 16th in Springwood Park. Are there any questions on the applications presented?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're on to matters from City Council. Councilmember Chapman.
So I think you've heard us all talk about the city adopting the participatory budgeting program. $250,000 has been carved out of the city's budget, and the town, the residents, get to decide how this money will be spent. So a series of projects could be identified on any city-owned land, whether it's in sidewalks, gardens, playgrounds, playground equipment, bike lanes, something that would benefit the entire city and have a shelf life of at least 5 years. So we are asking residents to come up with some ideas on how to spend this money, whether it's a lot of small projects or a few larger projects. This is money that's going to benefit our entire community, and we want our residents to have a say in this. So please submit your ideas, and they will be presented later on at a town hall meeting, and then all of the residents get to vote on how this money's spent. So, did I miss anything, Donna?
No, and there's some cards over there on the table that have the website on here, so people can look. If there's any questions, feel free to contact us to help you out.
And there's further information on this as well. So please participate. This could benefit all of us. Thank you.
Councilmember Clayton.
Nothing this time.
Councilmember Kendall.
Please, you would just stand up for a minute. Just want to say congratulations to you and Cassandra on the award, the Carousel Award that you would be getting tomorrow night, is it?
No.
June. Okay. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Nothing.
Mayor Moore.
Nothing.
Matters from the city manager.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention iStar will be sponsoring fireworks this year. They will be on July 2nd. Further information will come out, but they have agreed to sponsor the fireworks for this year.
Matters from the city attorney.
Nothing at this time. Right.
You were going to read that? Okay.
Yes, my apologies. On behalf of the City Council, we wish to let the public know that the city continues to work as expeditiously as possible to resolve any issues relating to the city's RCA program through negotiations with affordable housing providers and through ongoing discussions with the Fair Share Housing Center concerning the city's affordable housing compliance plan. These negotiations have most recently been focused on the potential construction of new affordable housing units within the city, with preferential treatment being given to anyone who may have been harmed by the RCA program. We understand the magnitude of the issues raised and are working diligently to try to make amends through the provision of new affordable units. Additionally, we continue to review whether and to what extent those landlords who took advantage of tenants and the city may be held accountable. And that's it.
We are now on to the public participation portion of the meeting. May I have a motion to open the public comment portion of the meeting with a 3-minute time limit for each speaker?
Move to open.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any members of the public who wish to be heard, please go to the mic, state your name and address for the record, and each speaker will have 3 minutes.
Ready?
Mhm.
Christina Smith, 1119 Sunset Avenue. This is in regards to 1117 Sunset Avenue, the burned down house next door to our home. It's been there for 3 years, burned down. What's going on with this property, and why did the city feel compelled to go to court to gain access to do an engineering assessment? You have commissioned 2 reports in the past with T&M, spending about $9,000 per report, and never went to the court to ask for permission. Why now? No answers. Anybody read the
We'll
reports?
answer at the end. So we don't want to cut off your time, so don't
Okay.
know your question.
Okay. Did anybody read the reports? There's 2 reports here from engineers that Mr. Bouville submitted. One from 21, one from 22. They're identical. It's fraudulent. It's criminal. He just changed the date on the reports. There was no new report made by any new engineers. This is a fraudulent report. And I want to know when he's going to be called out for this. If his house was on fire, would firemen have to ask for permission to enter the property today? No. Why are we asking for permission again? Where are the answers to this? That's it. I just want to know. I want to know if anybody read the reports, and why can't the property be accessed right now?
That completes your comments.
Yes.
Okay, Mrs. Smith, given the history of litigation concerning this property,
Talking to the mic.
given the history of litigation concerning this property, both my office as well as the city's insurance attorneys recommended as the most prudent course of action, since consent was not provided by the property owner to gain access to the interior of the structure, that we seek a court order allowing an immediate inspection to occur. It was made abundantly clear in the papers that we filed with the court that access was being requested on an immediate basis in order to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public. To our complete astonishment, when the judge set the matter down for a hearing, she set it down for a hearing at the end of July, as opposed to within 7 days, which is what was requested in the papers that were filed with the court. The matter now sits in the court's domain at this point in time. However, please know that the city and our insurance counsel are reviewing all possible options in order to take more immediate actions. The city is not doing nothing. Please rest assured.
It's not good enough. It's just not good enough right now. There's so much in here, so much criminal, fraudulent, accessible information that nobody's doing anything about.
Go ahead, sir.
Hi, Matthew Glaze, 531 Cookman Avenue, owner of Asbury Ale House. Mayor Moore, deputy council members, we're here today in regards to the closing of Cookman Avenue again. We came up with a compromise that we thought would work very well for the business owners on Cookman Avenue to keep half of the street open and half of the street closed, still allowing for a 1 or 2-way passageway through Cookman Avenue. We also took a survey with 550 Cookman residents as well as the Steinbeck residents. We also set up a meeting 2 days ago and sat with everyone in the post building. We came to some reasonable expectations from us and from them, and we all pretty much came to an agreement that we thought that this would be good as long as we followed the guidelines and restrictions by the town of everyone being in by 10 p.m. and so on and so forth. Every business owner signed, and we submitted last week that was on Cookman Avenue, or last month, I apologize, on Cookman Avenue that agreed and would be willing to coordinate together to make this happen. The main concern we have right now is obviously COVID cases are rising dramatically again. Half the room has masks on. Last meeting, I don't think anyone had any masks on. We're all very concerned with business declining for us, our families, our employees, as it did in the past. I saw on News 12 yesterday, they said by the fall, 100 million people will be infected again on a new variant or new virus that's coming out. We've already drastically declined in the last 2 weeks of customers coming inside. We've gotten a decrease of almost 50% in business in over 2 weeks. Cases are rising. People are very aware of it. We're very aware of it. The street is very detrimental to our survivor this summer and to our employees who could feed their families and for our families. And we just would really like the town to consider continuing to allow this to happen. We don't want the street completely closed off. We understand there's parking that needs to be done by the city. The business owners on the other side need deliveries and people to park in. We're not asking to take all that away. We're just asking for a little more outdoor seating, like we said, for our staff members, for the businesses as these cases rise. So we'd really greatly appreciate your consideration and hope you'd be willing to help us as you always do in the past years. So thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate you listening to us.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, me.
Okay.
Hello? Hi, Rita Morano, 8th Avenue. I wanted to talk about the budget committee tonight that you formed. It's pretty good, has $250,000 in it. I think we should take care of our assets before we start dividing all that money up. The library needs a new roof, it needs air conditioning, that's one of our assets. We should be taking care of those things. The sewer plant and the library are the only assets we have left. We used to own a golf course, we used to own our own waterworks, we used to own our own garbage dump. We owned so many things and a swimming pool. But through politics, everything was sold and knocked down. Now, we only have 2 left. I don't know if we have any others. But we should take care of the library. Spend the $250,000 on the library. Make it a business. You could get income from it. And I go to Belmar where they have yoga every night, every day. I mean, like, there's so many things you could do with the library, and it's really something that you should be taking care of. It's a beautiful building. It never went to the county. So I think you should spend all that money on that building. That would be really beautiful to, make it more beautiful than what it is. It's a historical landmark, and we should take care of it. So I don't know. What do you think, John?
When you're done, I'll tell you.
Okay, and that's about it. I thought we should take care of our assets, what we have left anyway. I know you're taking care of the sewer plant because that's a necessity, but the library is too. I mean, nobody goes to it because it's obsolete. The whole downstairs could be done over. You can really make money with it. Serve coffee like they do in other places. I think you should take care of the library with that $250,000. That's what I think, anyway. But nobody cares what I think. Finished. I'm a good girl tonight.
Well, that's because,
But I think this lady's right, too.
I thought you were finished, Rita.
Okay, I'm finished.
Is your time up?
Yeah.
Well, if anybody doesn't know, yesterday was Rita's birthday, so happy birthday,
Happy
Rita.
birthday, Rita.
Thank you.
I agree with you on the library that it is a beautiful asset and everything, but I just yesterday got the audit report from the library. The library is a separate entity. And they get funded by the ratables in Asbury Park, a percentage of the ratables. So every year, they've gotten a substantial increase in their budget because the ratables have gone up $200 million every year, $500 million. So they're getting almost double what they got, say, 7 years ago to operate the library. As far as them making money, that's up to them. They run it. We have nothing to say with it. Their surplus is the highest it's ever been. So as far as fixing the roof and everything like that, again, it's a separate entity. It's their building. They have to maintain it. and they have tons of money in their surplus, and they're in much better shape than the city is. So I agree with you, it should be saved, but I suggest you go to the library board meeting and make the same impassioned speech.
Well, maybe you should have some of those committees that you have that don't do anything. Have a committee for the library and
There
raise
is,
money.
there's a board of directors
There
for the
is.
library, and they run it. We have nothing to say with it.
Yeah, I know.
I know, but we have nothing to say how they
I
operate.
know all about it.
Okay,
But I think you should.
okay.
Thanks,
How is it
Rita.
a separate entity, though?
It is, by law. We don't tell them how to run the library. There's 9 commissioners, the library directors, that run the library. As there's 5 council people run the city, there's 9 directors that run the library, and they have monthly meetings, and I think your speech was very good. I think you should go there and write it to them. You know Warner's on it, you know the people on the board. But again, they're not broke. They're in better financial shape than the city.
Any other members of the public wish to be heard? Please go to the mic, sir.
Hi, my name is Tom White. I'm owner of White
Your-
Point, the art gallery.
your address, sir?
Training Studio. I'm sorry?
Address.
550 102, number 102 on Cookman Ave. So I'm in the 550 block that my fellow business partner, or my fellow business owner, the Ale House, spoke about. I just want to reiterate, my favor for the plan that was put forward, as long as 2 ways are open for traffic and the street doesn't get closed on both ends like it was over the last 2 years, because Monday through Thursday, it looked like no one was in town. It looked like that block was abandoned. I'm in favor of the plan of closing parking on one side so the Ale House and the restaurants on that side have extra seating, and the restaurants by Cross and Orange, Toast, have that parking closed so they can have additional seating as well, just like the plan that we put forth. As long as traffic is able to pass in both ways, and as long as parking is still maintained on the opposite sides that are closed off. That, I believe, is in the diagram that we sent you. Okay?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Hi, Brittany O'Brien, 550 Cookman, Suite 108. I'm the general manager at Tallulah's. So our team is also seeing a significant decrease in the last 2 weeks, just with revenue and people being worried about COVID. A lot of our customers have expressed unwillingness to eat indoors. I'm unaware of the other proposal that was made, but at this time, our team also would significantly benefit from having additional seating to the streets being open to us, or the streets being closed, but seating being available. At this point, we're already being significantly affected, and we do not have the outdoor space on the sidewalk that the other side of the street has. So really, the only place that we can extend into would be those parking spots. One of the challenges we had even last summer, however, is just making sure that any building that does extend is able to handle the number of bathrooms that they need. We did have challenges last summer of customers of other businesses coming to our business because they couldn't get into a bathroom where they were being a patron of. I think it's super important that there's still 15-minute parking spots available for all of those businesses that do rely heavily on takeout business or picking up orders. But I know for our team in particular, we really could use that extra seating. It has already started to impact our business significantly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just add something to my? No.
You got one shot, sorry.
Hanging up based on my previous.
Good evening, my name is Brian Smith, 887 Stapleton Avenue, Brick, but I am employed by the Asbury Ale House. In regards to the street closure, thank you for all you've given us, and we do ask it again. The masks are very good evidence that it is a relevant issue still. Everybody is mentioning extra seating, extra seating. I really believe that going into the summer, it's not extra seating, it's just relevant seating, because it's not like we're filling outside and filling inside. People are making a conscientious decision before they go out that they want to eat out, and we're just utilizing the outside tables. People just aren't going inside. So I don't really view it as extra seating. It's relevant. We need to be relevant compared to Red Bank, compared to Madison. We are all fighting for the same dining market. The people are making a decision where they're going to go on a Saturday, and they decide they want to go out. They'll have more opportunity if this permission is granted to us again. It would bring them into town. Everybody would benefit. But if it's a beautiful night like it is out now, they might just say, let's go to Red Bank and we can walk around and see where to eat. And we're trying to make sure that we can keep our 80 to 100 people employed through the season. And in order to do so, I really feel it's imperative that we have the outside because it's going to be where people want to sit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Scott Mizrahi. I'm the owner of Lola's Cafe, and I also live at 707 Bangs Avenue. I don't want to be redundant. My opinion last night was a perfect example. We had a private event, and unfortunately for the people who were holding the event, the store got crowded, and people would walk in and they saw how crowded it was, and they walked out. So the outdoor, like you said, I won't have as many people. I'm not doubling my business, but I'm keeping my business by having people outdoors. And the other point I'd like to make is I know the council has heard from many residents how they don't want the street to be closed. So we made a compromise. And I don't think the council has heard from all my customers and people from town and out of town. Every day I get asked the question, when are they closing the street? When are they closing the street? We thought it was just such a great environment for them. And I don't know if you were hearing that. It's kind of like this squeaky wheel always gets oiled. You hear everybody complaining, but I don't think you're maybe hearing everybody who's enjoyed last summer outside. Okay, that's all I need to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sarah Evans, and I'm an employee at the Asbury Ale House at 531 Cookman Ave. And I've worked there for...
What's your address?
129 Hillside Drive, Neptune, New Jersey. I've worked there for about 3 years, so I started pre-COVID. And I started as a host there, so I'd stand outside and, I'd just sit on Cookman Ave and I'd see traffic go by. And there's a huge difference in the sense of just community and spirit, I'd say, in the town between pre-COVID and post-COVID. With the street closed, you have people playing outside, musicians, it's a hub, people are hanging out. There's it's one of those little differences that makes a huge impact. And so I just really wanted to remark on that. And I notice a huge difference on just having cars drive down the street versus having families outside, musicians, people hanging out, dining, whatever it is. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
My name is John McAllister. I live at 510 Arnold Ave in Point Pleasant Beach, and I also work at Asbury Ale House on 531 Cookman. And I just wanted to speak on behalf of the employees in town and ask if there's any plan involved or anything in motion for employees parking, because I know the parking has been raised. It was 50 cents an hour during the week. Now it's $2 an hour, and then on the weekend now it's $3 an hour. So now I'm looking to pay between $600 and $700 a month just in parking to go to work. So I was wondering if there's any plan for employees.
Are you done?
Yep.
I believe there is employees parking in place. You can call tomorrow City Hall and talk to James Bonanno. I don't know his extension right off the top of my head, so call the 775-2100 number and ask for James Bonanno. And we have a parking committee meeting the first Wednesday of every month, and I'm on it. And I believe employee parking permits have been given out, same as every other year in the past. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but the permits are only for, anybody can park there even without a permit, and there's only a certain amount of permit spaces. So if I did pay for the permit and there was no permits available, I would still have to pay for parking that day as well.
Correct, and that hasn't changed from day one. Again, it's like...
But the rate has changed.
Correct. Same as the parking rates have changed throughout the city, be it on all the streets. But the parking permits are still available, right, for employees? But the rates have changed. If not, call Mr. Bonanno tomorrow and get a better answer than I'm giving you. But I believe
You're
that-
correct, Mayor. You're
Okay.
correct. You're correct.
Anybody else like to be heard? You can get in line, we're not shy. I mean, you don't have to wait to get up.
Good evening. My name is Annette Harrell, and I'm a resident in the Asbury Park Village. Just listening to a few people that stepped up here about certain situations they're having on Cookman Avenue, the seating, etc. Actually, on the west side, we don't even have an opportunity of that. We have no restaurants on Lake Avenue, barely hardly. Then we have a few people that have asked to buy the place that they are renting, and they are like basically getting the runarounds about that. My main concern is I've spoken to actually one person on your board. I've actually met with him several times. And the things that we discussed, I have not seen anything change at all over there. I basically see and have seen since I was a child that this town is definitely segregated. And the reason why I'm saying that, I've been through it, I walked it, I've experienced it, and I've seen it, and I'm still seeing it. And the reason why I'm saying that is it's sad to say it, because it shouldn't be. It should be where both sides are actually working together. And say, for example, a store from over on the east side comes over and they give a hand to the west side on how to maybe run a store or how to do a business, etc. Not saying that this haven't been done. I don't know per se, but from what I'm seeing, it looks like the actual people that reside where I do in every public housing, there has not been any help, and I'm just like amazed on how a lot of us is being pushed out. A lot of housing is being built, and it's not affordable at all for none of us. And I have an excellent job, by the way. So it's not like a lot of people don't have a good job. It's just too high for us to afford. The other question I have is, I asked you, Mr. Moore, in the past, that did your board have any affiliation with the Housing Authority? From what I was told from higher authorities, that yes, you do have an impact, and not only that, you can be and should be involved in the things that's dealing with the Housing Authority, because you appoint some of the commissioners to be on that board. So I'm just confused a little bit, but then I'm not, because I clearly understand from doing my own research. So can anybody answer those questions?
When you're done,
Thank you, I am.
you're done?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to the Housing Authority. It's same as the library. It's a separate entity. You're correct. We appoint the library board, we appoint the Housing Authority commissioners. We have no say over them. Whoever gave you that information, tell them to call me directly and I'll tell them they're wrong. Because I know it, I was on the Housing Authority myself. So that's totally wrong. We cannot tell them how to operate the Housing Authority. If there's something wrong, can I pick up the phone and talk to Tom Celine, who's the executive director? I'm the mayor, and say, Tom, I'm getting complaints, which you've complained to me, and I've called and made comments, but I cannot tell him how to do his job. I can say, hey, how about, can you do this? How about, can you work with our police? How about this? And everything like that, but we cannot run it. So whoever told you that is wrong. As far as restaurants on the west side, the Michaels development, if you're familiar with that, it's past Boston Way, and it's on both sides of the street. Michaels development built condos on both sides of the streets. On Springwood
Is that where the
Ave-
senior center is?
the Renaissance on Springwood
Right.
Avenue.
Yeah.
On the first floor are numerous retail shops. They've been vacant since day one. They will rent them dirt cheap for anything, be it a laundromat, be it a restaurant, be it a deli, anything. So there are opportunities on the west side. Nobody's coming forward to, the Michaels group will, I've talked to them, I said, lower your prices. They said, John, nobody's coming to offer us anything. So there are opportunities for businesses on the west side that aren't being taken advantage of. So if we're not getting that out enough, I apologize. And so you can spread that word for us. So if you know somebody who wants to open a restaurant on the west side, they can call Jen Dawson at the Michaels Group and try to take one of those real retail spots and convert it into a restaurant.
And Annette, just so you know, there's also a business development center on Springwood, right in the same building as Kula. It's run by Interfaith Neighbors, and so they'll assist people who want to open businesses. They'll help you with the business plan. So there is some help there, right, as well, right on Springwood Avenue.
Can I answer his first question he asked me?
1 minute.
With the housing, you said,
10,
you said to tell.
15 seconds because I asked you.
It's
if you were done.
HUD. It's HUD. So HUD,
Tell whoever in HUD.
HUD is the one that said
Well,
it. So,
if you want to give me their phone number, I'll call them and correct them.
oh sure, Melissa Bennett.
I know Melissa Bennett fine. Tell her to call me. I still have her phone number. No problem. Tell her to call me. She's totally wrong. The city of Asbury Park cannot tell the housing authority what to do. That's federal law.
No, I think you misunderstood what I was saying. I didn't say that you can tell them what to do. I said that she said that you guys can work with them and that you do have some input on what goes on
I
there.
totally agree. And we are trying to
Right.
work with them on affordable housing and other things. So we do work together with them on projects. Like I say, if I get a complaint from residents like yourself, I do reach out to the executive director and voice my concern, but okay.
Okay.
I interpret it as like we had power over them. We have no power over them. We can work together with them. You're absolutely right, and we do work together with them. Okay.
Yeah, and for the future, please appoint better people on the board, because right now, we're being neglected in every way. So be mindful of that.
Okay,
I'm
thank you,
just
Ms.
saying.
Sorrell. Your time's
You're
up.
welcome.
Kimmy Massey, 408 Brickyard Road, Freehold. I too am on the 550 block of Cookman Avenue, potentially Rockstar. And I am in agreement with the ale house. I am absolutely not looking for a full street closure as that negatively impacts my business. But I am on board with allowing seating outside, because if we're going back into another spike, I don't want to see anybody's business be impacted, because obviously we all help each other. So I just wanted to say I was in agreement.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Hi, my name's Nicole Panasuk. I live at 510 Arnold Ave in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. But I'm employed by the Asbury Ale House.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Clock issue. Oh.
Okay. Do I have to repeat all that?
No.
No, go ahead.
So I'm a manager at Asbury Ale House. I've worked there for a few years in Asbury Park. And you know, one of the things that I'm most proud of working there is that we were able to keep majority of our staff during the pandemic. During the highest point of the pandemic, when it was the absolute worst, we didn't have to lay off many employees, actually any employees, which was really huge for us. It was a really big deal for me. I spend a lot of my time with the staff. I spend a lot of my time at Ale House. And we were able to keep all of our staff employed. We've still been able to do that, especially in the summertime. And, you know, as everyone else stated, is that there's just a huge level of uncertainty with everything. The past few years, restaurants in general, there's been a huge uncertainty. We were lucky with the street being closed. We were able to make sure that all of our employees had jobs, whether that be the back of the house, the front of the house. And it also gave a huge sense of community on the Cookman block. But my biggest thing is we were able to keep a lot of our staff hired. We were able to keep everyone had jobs, and everyone felt safe coming to work. As things keep going up into a direction of uncertainty with the COVID and with everything, like they were saying, it's not about us gaining necessarily more seating and more tables outside. It really is that a lot of people, when they have an option, they feel safer outside still. And as the weather gets nicer, people opt to be outside where they feel safer, they're more comfortable. And we have seen a little bit of a decline with people wanting to dine inside. So, you know, that's just my view on it all. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Motion to close? Move to close?
Hi, sorry. Chris Galais, 853 Hollyberry Lane in Brick. I'm one of the owners of the Asbury Ale House. I'm not going to keep repeating everything everybody else was saying. Our staff and my partner, my brother, we just wanted to voice that we would just like another opportunity that you gave us the last few years. Basically, I'm coming to you as a father of 3 right now, not even just doing this more personally. I wouldn't have been able to take care of my kids if it wasn't for what you guys did last year. I mean, we lost quite a lot of revenue. We had uncertainty, and it was a really tough time for everybody. People were getting sick. We didn't know what was going to happen. And you guys stepped up and took care of the street, and I commend you for that. I commend this city. I've been coming to this city for 20 years, and I love it, and I love the people here, and I love the staff and my family. And if there's any way we could compromise and come up with a way to keep this going with spikes that every once in a while we think, oh, we're in the clear, and then there's another area. So if there's an opportunity that you guys can give us another chance to compromise with the two-way street, where we can have our side closed and still have people be able to take care of the retail stores and have people take 15-minute parking, get what they need and leave, I don't see how that's not a good thing for everybody. And once again, I just want to thank you guys.
Thank you.
Move to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The public comment portion of the meeting is now closed.
Okay, before we go into the meeting, I'm not going to say we'll get back to you, because I'll just leave everything hanging. But I'm going to say, and I hope you take this the right way, at this point in time, that's the key word, at this point in time, the decision has been made not to do anything except keep the street open, totally including parking. And again, the key word is at this point in time. If we see a major uptick again, we're open to like rediscussing options, but at this point in time, the answer is no, it's going to be remained open both ways with parking on both sides. So again, I appreciate you coming tonight. I appreciate your concerns. We read your stuff from the last meeting. We've talked to our staff, and that's the decision of the council. So I thank you. Good.
We are on to the minutes. I have the Municipal Council Executive Meeting of April 13th at 4 p.m. The Municipal Council Regular Meeting, April 13th, 6 p.m. Councilmember Chapman was absent at that meeting, and Mayor Moore was absent at that meeting. So I will be, Councilmember, so I'm looking for a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
I have the meeting, the Municipal Council Executive Minutes of April 27th, 3 p.m. The Municipal Council Regular Meeting, April 27th, 6 p.m. And Councilmember Kendall was absent at that meeting.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
No,
who was
yeah,
absent?
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We are on to the consent agenda resolution. We have a Resolution 22-214, a resolution approving the special events applications.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Individual resolutions. Resolution 22-215, a resolution approving the payment of bills.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
No.
Resolution 22-216, a resolution awarding a contract to Capella Construction for a boardwalk decking removal and replacement project.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-217, a resolution awarding a bid for supplying liquid sodium hypochlorite to the wastewater treatment plant.
Move it.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-218, a resolution authorizing a contract for the preparation and painting of various beach bathrooms, the Beach Badge Office Building.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-219, a resolution awarding a contract to J.C. Contracting, Inc. for emergency traffic signal repairs, needed at Asbury and Ridge Avenue.
Move it.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-220, a resolution awarding a contract to Millennium Communication Group for emergency camera repairs at Asbury and Ridge Avenue.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-221, a resolution approving change order number 3 for Bond Street Improvement Project.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-222, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a diagnostic tool with laptop for heavy-duty trucks needed at the Department of Public Works.
Move it.
Second. Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-223, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a new Polaris vehicle for the police department, for the beach department, excuse me.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-224, a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of Asbury Park to withdraw the notice of default issued to Madison Asbury Retail LLC for failure to meet its obligations to provide a progress report and net worth certification pursuant to the subsequent developer agreement entered into and by the city of Asbury Park, Madison Asbury Retail LLC, and Asbury Partners LLC, dated June 1st, 2010.
Motion. I'll move it.
Second.
Question. Just so the public knows and everybody knows, Madison and Marquette was held in default for 4 items. They resolved 2 of them, so they're still just in default of 2 items. So this is not relieving them of all default cases.
Thank you.
Roll call. Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-225, a resolution granting an extension of time of 120 days for AP Block 4001 Venture Urban Renewal to obtain governmental approvals for Block 4001, lots 2 through 15 pursuant to the subsequent developer agreement.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-226, a resolution of the mayor and the council of the city of Asbury Park, acting as the waterfront redevelopment entity, granting conceptual approval to Asbury Partners LLC for the food truck court in the Green Acres parcel in Block 4502, Lot 1.25, and referring the matter to the planning board for appropriate approvals.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-227, a resolution of the mayor and the city council of the city of Asbury Park, authorizing the execution of an amended and reinstated parking agreement by and between the city of Asbury Park, Asbury Partners LLC, and its wholly owned subsidiaries, AP Wesley Lake LLC, MF the Third Albalon LLC, and Cajun Fish Holdings LLC.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-228, a resolution endorsing the construction of a municipal firehouse at Block 608, Lot 1.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
No.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-229, a resolution urging Congress to include funding for the affordable housing in the federal Build Back Better legislation.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call, Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
Resolution 22-231, a resolution to authorize the execution of a lease agreement by and between the City of Asbury Park and AP5 Property Holdings, LLC.
Move it.
Second.
Roll call. Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Yes.
We are now on to ordinances. Second reading, public hearing. The first ordinance we have up is Ordinance 2022-4, which is the 2022 cap rate ordinance. And we will have a brief explanation before we open the meeting up to the public.
The cap rate ordinance is a required document to be passed by the Division of Local Government Services that shows the maximum allowable increase to our operating budget based on cost of living adjustments determined by the division.
Do I have a motion to open the public hearing on Ordinance 22-4?
Second?
All in favor? The public hearing is now open on Ordinance 22-4. If any members of the public have a question, please go to the mic and state your name and address for the record. Not seeing any?
Move to close.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to adopt Ordinance 22-4.
Move
Do I have a second?
Second?
Roll call. Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton. Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
it. Yes.
We are now on to the 2022 municipal budget. We will have a brief overview before we open the meeting up to the public.
Thanks, Melody. So I'm going to go over the budget just very high level to give you kind of the highlights and answer any questions. So this year's proposed budget is $51,983,045 million, and it reflects a $1.1 million increase from last year's adopted budget. This increase is primarily our contractual obligations, anticipated rise in commodities, as we all know, with gas and electric, and other recurring costs, such as our insurance and pension payments. Of note, our public employee retirement PERS system, that are state mandated contributions, have increased by about $170,000 since 2020. This year, we're at $1,060,000. The police and fire retirement system has also increased over the past several years. They're almost at $1 million increase from 2020. And these are state mandated contributions that we have no control over. The budget that is before you reflects the continued reorganization of city departments. We've lost some positions through attrition, others have been eliminated, and we've also modified some to support new policies and procedures that the mayor and council have requested, such as social workers and other social service gaps that we've had. In addition, we've eliminated a captain position in the police department, and we've also added funding for our recreation department to the amount of $164,000 to expand programming for all ages. Also, the PAL program has been working with our recreation department to supplement some offerings that have not been offered in the past, and that's looking to be very popular the past couple of months, and Lieutenant Petway's been doing a great job with that. Another thing that we've done in this budget is we've created a sustainability officer position, and this goes to the city and the mayor and council's goal of sustainability within the city, and we're looking to get our Sustainable Jersey Gold Certificate this year. Also, Councilwoman Chapman discussed our participatory budget process, which we have allocated $250,000 for, and as she mentioned prior, this budget process will allow for all members of the community to give us input on what they would like to see done, and we've allocated that funding for it. The main highlight of this year's budget, and I give a lot of credit to our CFO who managed to make this happen under the request of our mayor, is to keep our municipal tax rate flat. And that is something that we're proud to say we have done. In 2017, the average assessed value of a home was about $252,000. The municipal portion of taxes on that property was about $3,200. Fast forward to 2022, The average assessed value is now $453,000. However, municipal taxes are under, they're at the $3,100 now, as opposed to the $3,200 that was done back in 2017. So that is something to really take note of. This just shows a chart of the value of our city. So if you look at 2014, we were about $1 billion, now we're up to over $2 billion. And you see the difference from prior years as we've continued to grow. And this is just that same chart in real numbers and percentages. And that ends my brief highlight summary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to open the public hearing on the 2022 municipal budget?
Move it.
Second?
All in favor? The public hearing is now open on the municipal budget. If any members of the public would like to be heard, please go to the mic and state your name and address for the record.
Move to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
A motion to adopt the 2022 municipal budget resolution 22-230.
Move to adopt?
Roll call. Councilmember Chapman.
Yes.
Councilmember Clayton.
Yes.
Councilmember Kendall.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Quinn.
Yes.
Mayor Moore.
Before I vote, I've got to thank the city manager and the CFO, Donna and Joanne. At times they wanted to beat me up because I said, nope, reduce it more, nope, reduce it more. And, through their hard work, and they were able to do that just because we knew the school taxes were going up and everything. So we're trying to offset as much as we can. And again, they put in many late hours, many late nights, probably trying to shoot me, but I appreciate the work you both did, and thank you very, very much. And I'm a yes vote.
We are now on to adjournment.
Move it.
Second?
All in favor? The meeting is now adjourned.
Thank you, CFO.